Hi everybody. Okay, I've been meaning to do a training on how I do shows. I seem to kind of work out the right verbiage for shows because every time I do a show I sell quite a bit of product. So I wanted to share with you exactly what I do, and you can kind of take bits and pieces and do what works for you. So I clearly wasn't planning on doing this today. I'm not dressed up at all and I have a beautiful product display, but I'm sure you can get past that and see what I have to teach you. Instead of my messy house in the background. I am normal. My house is a mess. Okay, so this is pretty much what I do to get people to come to my table, because it's funny because even though people are at a show and they're clearly wanting to shop and buy stuff because that's why they're there, they still feel like they don't want to be attacked or like it needs to be their idea to purchase stuff. So you need to be very approachable. Rule number one: do not sit down. In fact, do not even bring a chair to a show. This is really important. If you look bored, I don't want to hang out with somebody bored or see what they have to offer. So, you need to look nice and beautiful and, have a permanent smile on your face. So that way you're friendly every chance you get a chance to talk. Okay? So rule number one: no chairs. Do not even bring one. Let's see. So, okay, I'm just going to kind of show you what I do. So I stand behind my table and I'm smiling and I have my basket ready. So let me show you. This is my basket and it's full of samples that I've pre-made. I have them ready to go, and I give these out to anybody that I'm able to. So somebody's walking by. Hello, how are you? Would you like a free sample? And they think, oh, she's not trying to sell me something. She wants to give me something for free. And so, 99% of the time, they're like, oh, sure. So I come out here. Cool thing is you let them pick the sample. This is, I think, really important because instead of just handing them something and letting them walk away, you're letting them dig and look. So this gives you, a great opportunity to talk to them. So just say, go ahead and pick out which one. I've got lots of different stuff. See which one, you'd like to have. And then while they're looking, they're digging and looking, I say, have you heard of Younique before? Depending on their answer, yes or no. I'll just say, oh, that's awesome. I might comment on their child, or I might comment on the beautiful scarf they're wearing, give them a compliment, if I'm able to. And then, they might have picked their sample. And I'll say, have you seen our bestseller before? They're not feeling leeched onto because I've just gave them something for free and we've been chatting, and so now they feel quite a bit more comfortable now. So I'll say, well, come check out the mascara, and I have this nice big poster I've made. You've probably seen. I have my eyes and my friend Jonna's eyes, and I have the fiber mascara down here, and it's in a nice big frame. But I made this beautiful thing for you guys today to get the idea. It's hilarious. So they'll come over and I'll say, so this is our bestseller, our 3D fiber mascara. It's amazing. These are my personal results right here. And it's important, I love that I can say that these are my personal results, because then it seems real to them. It's not just some random person, and that they feel like they can get those results too. So I'll say, these are my, natural eyelashes. This is me with regular mascara, and this is me with our mascara. And then, while they're pondering that, I have my tubes right behind this picture, and I pull out my two tubes and I'll say, you want to see how it works? And, you can kind of gauge on how they are, if they're, wanting to hear more or not. You just kind of gauge on how much you're going to talk to them. But, usually they want to see, how it works. And so I'll open the tube and I'll say, this is our transplanting gel, and it's made from green tea collagen. And I just kind of say, you have two tubes. You start with the collagen, you put it on one lash, and you immediately follow up with the fibers. And I'll say, you see these little fibers? This is why you're able to get these results right here. These little fibers. And I'll like brush the wand on my finger, and you'll be able to see little fibers, and they'll be like, oh, cool. And I say, then you put that on, and they said, that's what gives you that 300% volume and 300% increase in volume that I'm able to get in this picture. And then while they're pondering that, that's when I tell them my show special. I always do a show special. It's totally helped boost sales. I'm able to do show specials because, you know, I have a lot of, you know, Y cash and half price items that I've earned on myself, and so I can redeem those in, so I'm able to give away eyeshadows for half price. So I always say, you know, oh, I have a show special today. You know, any purchase gets you an eyeshadow for $5. And then it's no coincidence, I have the eyeshadows set up right next to the fiber mascara, all out on a mirror, open, you know, so they can touch and play and, you know, and whatnot. So if they're not interested from there, you know, they're not going to purchase, and you can tell they kind of want to leave, just say, you know, thank you for stopping by. I have a free drawing for a lip gloss if you'd like to enter that. And I purposely put it over there because they have to walk by everything I have just to see if anything catches their eye. And I have beautiful another picture for you. But I have a really nice picture that I made up. But of course, all of my pictures are at my mom's house. So I had to make these awesome ones for you. So they, you know, fill out the drawing for their free lip gloss, and now you have their contact info. So after the show, you know, you can follow up with emails saying thank you for coming, you know, to the show, and you know, also I do end up giving away a free lip gloss, and that gives you, you know, somebody to send one to. But you know, so now you have their contact info, and they have a free sample. So you know, you've done everything you can. Hopefully they use it, and now you can follow up with them to see how they liked the sample, or you know, to see if they want to host a virtual party or whatever. But let me tell you how many times people actually take me up on this offer, and they go, okay, and they, you know, they buy the mascara and they get an eyeshadow for $5. I still make money, and it's a great deal for them. And the key to the show specials, okay, because $29 is not a lot for mascara, but it kind of is. You know, our mascara is clearly not just regular mascara, but they don't know that yet. So you need that sense of urgency of why they need to buy it right now, because I can't tell you how many times before I started doing this verbiage, before I started doing this, how many times people would say, okay, well, I'm going to do some shopping and I'll come back, and you know, 1 in 50 may come back. But you know, you need that sense of urgency, and that sense of urgency, and you're not being salesy, is, oh hey, let me tell you about my show special. Any purchase today gets you an eyeshadow for $5. And then from there, you want to keep talking, but don't stop talking. Let them process, let them look, let them ask you questions. So, you know, just stop talking and just stand there with a smile on your face and maybe say hi to somebody else, you know, hello, how are you today? While they're looking. And then if they're clearly looking at the products and touching and feeling, this is when I come back in and I have my Glorious right there, and I have one opened and ready to test, and I say, oh, let me show you my favorite product. I just love this stuff. I can't live without it, and it is my favorite product, so I can say that. But you know, I'll just say, here, let me try it on your hand. And so they'll give me their hand, and I'll put a little squirt right here, and I'll say, rub that in. And they'll be like, ooh, so soft. I'm like, yeah, this is amazing. It helps fill in pores, helps your makeup last all day, you know, all the good stuff on Glorious. So that's pretty much like what I do to each customer. And then from there, it just varies from where the conversation went and to what they're interested in. But my last show I did, this right here proved to be very, very, very successful, because we hardly had anybody show up. Literally, I mean, it was very poorly advertised, and you know, there was just no customers, and it was a really bad snowy day, and literally nobody at the show sold anything but me. And I sold, it was like $800 or something, which is pretty good considering, you know, nobody at the show sold anything. So another tip, if that happens, if you're at a show and nobody's there, okay, you have the perfect opportunity to work the other vendors. So I called my mom and I said, you know, Mom, please come down here. And she came down here and she kind of manned my booth for, I think she was with me for like about an hour. And what I did was, you know, she thankfully is a presenter, so she's actually quite knowledgeable with the products and whatnot. And I took my phone with me, and if there was any like sale or anything I needed to do, she would just call my phone and I would come back to the booth. So I walked around, I took my basket with me and I walked around to other vendors and I went to every booth and I would appear very friendly. I would come and go, hi, I have goodies. And they'd be like, goodies, you know, what do you have? And I'd be like, oh, I have some samples of eyeshadow and some various things, you know, would you like to have one? And, you know, they'd pick one out and I'd just say, oh, it's so nice to meet you. What do you have? And I'd start a conversation with them and I would just say, well, I'm over there. If you get a chance to stop by, I have show specials and, you know, would love to show you what we have and just kind of make friends with them. And I'd go on the next booth. And that particular show, I'd say 95% of what I sold was to other vendors. So be friendly, make friends with the other vendors. If you can, have somebody stop by so that gives you the chance to walk around and pass out samples, because that has proved to be profitable when needed. So hopefully you learn some things. When I get really excited, I talk really fast. So you know, Younique gets me excited. So hopefully you can understand everything that I just talked about. And I hope that you can try these things and that they work for you. So anyways, have a good day, guys. Thanks for watching.